Hey there, Andrew from C1D Paintball. Again, wearing the merch. It's not merch. It's not merch because you can't buy it. It tastes better when it's branded water. Something that's been asked or it's been pointed out a few times, as we have little, Connor and I, when I say we, as far as the C1D crew, we're the only two that have this at this point in time when I make this video, but we have little laser pointers on our markers. Some people pointed out that these are illegal in the fields, you can blind people with them. I just want to explain how we use them. First of all, I'll just show you what it looks like here. Oh no, this is Connor's marker. He's going to kill me. Right in front of the angled grip, we keep ours. It's got a little button on it, so when we're holding it, we just have to flip with our trigger finger, and boom. Don't worry, you won't go blind. Anyway, that's where we keep it on it. So with a flick of when you're gripping on, you just flick like that and it turns on. Very handy. I'll show it to you again before I'll show you a better angle, sorry, before I explain how we use it. So it's just a little guy here. It actually has a little Picatinny thing on top too, so when you attach it like under or the side, wherever, you can mount something else on it. We don't. It does have an adjustment with an Allen key, so if you're holding it this way, you can adjust the left, right, up, down on it. So it's a good little thing. If anybody wants to know where I got it, you can send me a message, and I'll let you know privately. We're not endorsed by anyone, and I respect local fields and local salesmen and stuff, so I don't want to say, use this guy if it takes away from your local guy. But I will let you know who I got it from, where I got it from, if you drop me a message otherwise. Now, how are these used? We don't blind people with them. As a matter of fact, we just use them in certain situations. We don't use them outdoors because the big games and that outdoor games, it's not effective. We aren't lucky enough to play night games, which I think we could use. But again, how we use them is important, and how we use them basically is indoors. We point things out, and many times it's to new guys. So I'm gonna borrow Connor's marker again. Don't tell him. Is if I'm in an area and I'm on one knee and I see a guy who is in the crow's nest, which is up here, in my mind it's up here, and I go and I've got some new players, inexperienced players, that's where I'll really use this, is I'll go crow's nest, top right, and they might not know, so I'll go with the flick of the wrist, and I'll go right around there. I won't, now if there's an enemy there, which is why I'm calling it out, by the way, I'm not going to shoot it in their face. I'm actually probably going to hit them with the laser, that area, when they're behind cover. But I'll just point out, he's there. Or if I say, okay, I'm going to run down here, I'll point out. I'll use that and I'll point out right over there. I want you to go over there. That's really how I use this. Connor as well. There's a couple of times where, and by the way, if it's all new play, it's rarely, it's not going to happen, but we're not going to ever do that if we're ever in a situation where, for some reason, it's all new players on the other team. First of all, me and Connor on one side and all new on the other is not really a fair situation, but we're not going to do it if it's an unfair situation, and we just use it for calling out, except one other situation. If we're playing in mountain, in particular, and or commando sometimes. Commando again will point out if we're playing with guys on the other team that has the lasers, you'll see them used for this. We'll use them kind of like a decoy, and again, we're not going to flash at anybody, but along the back wall of mountain, when you're defending, guys come in along the back wall on top, especially. I'll be in the back corner on top, and I'll flash the laser on the back wall, not at them, but where the area where they're going to come in, like along the back wall, to kind of use it as a decoy. I don't do this a lot. I use it when I know, especially when there's lots of Milsim guys in the other team that'll do things and use their flash strobe as well. As a matter of fact, they'll use it better, but that's another video. But, besides pointing out to newbies, like positioning, on the rare occasions I do, and you see it in a couple of videos we've done, and even rarer occasion, we'll use it as a decoy thing in some of the more hardcore game types where both teams have experienced more milsim type guys. We don't really use them. And we certainly would never flash in the guy's eyes. You know, it's funny if you think there's, you know, hey, there's a noob there, I'm going to put the laser right on his chest. It could be funny. Not necessarily new, but you know, you got a buddy coming out for the first time, but you don't want to risk flashing them in the eyes with that. So you just don't do that. You might say, "Hey, hold still," and you put it at them, you know, in the lobby or something. But you're not going to do it in a game because people can run by in that. Anyway, we think it's a good little trick we've used, a little not trick, little gadget we've used for different reasons over the years. You know what? Not for too many different reasons. The reason is to point things out, because these are paintball markers. They're not that accurate. Am I really going to use this at like 50 yards and like, okay, there you go, I'm going to get a headshot right there, no problem. No, it's not how it works. We just use it. It wasn't too expensive. Again, I'll let you know if you drop me a line where we got it. And I assure you guys that I pointed out this is, if it's illegal on a field, we won't bring it. Chances are we won't use it at all. And we don't break any rules. We try to be... we're always ethical. When I say we try to be ethical, because if you go to a different place, their rules are different. So it may seem unethical that I have this at all, and if I go to a new field and they say you got to take that off, they think I'm flashing guys in the eyes. I don't do that. We play within the rules, and each field has its own rules. So again, we don't use this to blind people. We don't use it to gain an upper hand. We actually use it mostly as a training tool for people. And that's about it. So that's it for this dispatch. We'll work on the strobe flashlight. I'm pointing to my markers beside me. We'll work on that as another video to show you how we use those, which we do use, I want to say a lot more, but we still don't use it too often. But that's the other video. So thanks for watching. And remember, help those new players because they are the future of the game. Be a good example. Be a nice guy. Don't flash things like this in their eyes. We don't. We have them. We have the power. We choose to use it to point things out on the field. That's how we choose to use it. Thank you. Thanks for watching. You can go now.